customs and backgrounds. African Americans, we have a lot of positive things, but we have a lot of negative things as well that we have to discard. We have to get rid of those things. Anyway, this issue of this information, I know some of that stuff, but I didn't look all of that up. Which brings me to this point, and that is, there were some brothers who are really competent and qualified with certain information. In the UK, during this time, we have a lot of these types of dorat going on. So I did one in Manchester. I just went for one day. And they invited a brother who was an expert on sex education, something that's overwhelming us in the UK. Your little child is being exposed to that. I don't know all of the information about that. So for them to invite me to talk about that, I'm not the man for that job. We invited him. And he's not really Salafi as such. And then the brother started jumping up and down. Why do you not Salafi? Come on, brother, what's wrong with you? This man is going to introduce the community to information that we need to know. And Salafi people don't have all of the answers. The justice of the Sheikh Muhammad ibn Uthaymeen, rahmatullah alayhi, and that was a different time. That was a time when I became a Muslim, we saw mountains of knowledge who knew how to deal with issues. Now we have situations where people have ulterior motives. We've been divided by people. Anyway, from his justice, he said, all of these groups, and I believe in this, Udin Rabbi Abihada, all of these groups are a problem. All of these groups, Ikhwan, Tabligh, Sufi, Hizb ut-Tahrir, and the group of people who call themselves Salafis as a group. We love you and we hate you based upon your connection to the group. He said all of them have some part of Islam, and all of them have mistakes. He said the closest of them to the truth are those who call themselves Salafis, but we don't have all of the answers. And that's why we have to have from amongst you brothers, some people who are going to go into the medical field. Some of you have to go into economics. Some of you have to go into education. Everyone can't go to Medina. Everyone can't go to Medina. وَلِكُلٍّ وَجْهَةٌ هُوَ مُوَلِّيهَا فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ. Everyone has his path. If everybody went to the Medina University, our ummah will fall down, and Allah knows best. We have to have that tanoa. So that brother coming here to talk about this, mashallah. Someone who's an expert in this coming to talk about, mashallah. Our brother Daniel Haqiqatjou. I call him Haqiqatjou. Brother was telling me, no, it's Haqiqatjou. I said, Haqiqatjou isn't it? He said, yeah, Haqiqatjou. I started asking people. They said, it's not his name. I said, I'm just stick with Daniel Haqiqatjou. You know what I'm talking about. That brother comes here to talk about something specific that he's an expert in, inshallah. And perfection is only with Allah. Our religion is a religion where we love for each other what we should love for ourselves. We don't let people throw rocks at other people. We just believe that stuff. No, kalla. Would you like people dealing with you like that? The time has come for us to stop being boys, stop playing checkers, because the world is playing chess. They're playing hardball. And we playing softball, messing around. So what I will say as it relates to this is you guys can go back to the internet, find out that information about this addiction to porno, because it is a problem. As parents, I would say this. My family, they're on top of this stuff, you know. You have to do the internet, the Wi-Fi. There's some parental stuff you have to know what you're doing, you know. So our wives, all of us, we have to be on that. On top of that, so our kids don't have access to it because
you have the Deobondi teachers. Is that? Yes, I've had teachers from a lot of different backgrounds in manhaj. So, but you know, this is, I don't think anything wrong with that. Do you teach what they taught you? I don't teach Aqeedah. I don't teach fiqh. I don't teach anything. I'm not a scholar, so I'm just a student. I've had many shuyukh that are Salafi, shuyukh that are from Deobondi background. So that's to be fully transparent.
Again, not to undermine your Islamic studies, but the point here was that you are not claiming to be a scholar or to be teaching fiqh or Aqeedah, but you yourself follow the Athari Aqeedah, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So just so everybody can be clear, alhamdulillah, all of us here are on the Athari Aqeedah, and alhamdulillah, like I said, we love the scholars of Islam. This is not a madhabi, غير muqallid issue. I teach Hanbali fiqh, for example. It doesn't mean that, you know, I have some kind of a disregard for Shafi'i or Hanafi or Maliki fiqh or so on. We respect the Imma and Ulama from the Madhahib, and obviously Sheikh Ibn Baz and Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen, you can look in Sharh al-Mumti and stuff, what they taught and so on. The essence, again, being that sometimes I'm going to make a mistake, you know, and it's beneficial for me that even if it's taken the wrong way. But the brothers sit with me and kind of advise me, and I hope that we all do that across the board. But none of us sitting here are promoting Barelvi, Deobondi, Ash'ari, Maturidi Aqaid here. Am I correct? Right? Now, regarding Deoband, I know you may have studied with some Deobandis, but then I'm sure, and I have as well. I started out my own studies originally with Deobandis as well. You do realize that within that umbrella, there's a lot of differences.
Yeah.
Right? Amongst Deobandis, there are those that teach things like Wahda Wajood, that, Allah is in things, and, and obviously we would condemn that, because that is a very clear Aqeedah violation.
Yeah, so there is a wide diversity of aqaid, and there's even some who are liberals, and they are pushing liberalism and feminism, and so that's a diversity amongst them. Just like there's a huge diversity among Salafi.
But usually amongst those who ascribe to Salafiyya, regarding the Aqeedah in Sifatullah or Wahda Wajood, you will find
big debates on these issues, as you know.
On the Sifatullah among Salafis?
Yeah. I mean, we can get into details, but there are debates on this topic amongst, you talk to some of the groups on Facebook and between.
I don't care about Facebook or Twitter, but like if you take Sheikh Ibn Baz, Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen, Sheikh Albani, Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan, and this is the contemporary if you take it back, regarding the core of the Aqeedah, alhamdulillah, those who ascribe themselves to Salafiyya will have an agreement. They may disagree on fiqh issues, they may disagree on political issues and so on, but this is something you will not find somebody that I know of that will be Salafi, that will promote Wahdat al-Wujud or going to